So, welcome to CBSE Sanskrit lessons. We are continuing our discussion about Vachyam and Vachya Parivartanam, active and passive voice, and their conversion. In this video, we are going to address a very important question. What about past tense? Why this question? Because in the previous videos, the examples, if you notice, they are very carefully presented only in the present tense. There is no mention anywhere about what to do when there is a sentence is given in the past tense. So in this video, let's go through a simplified scenario. Why I say simplified? Because yes, very much past, even if the sentence is in past tense, that is in lang lakar, then also there is voice conversion is possible. But that leads us into studying the Atmanepada lang lakar version, lang lakar table, and Parasmanepada lang lakar table, and all that. So that is a little bit detailed, which we will do in another video. In this video, we will take a simplified scenario where the ikta and iktavat pratyayas find their application. From our previous Prakriti Pratyaya videos, we know that the pratyayas ikta and iktavat, when these two are added to verbs, they help us to express the past tense meaning of the verb. They are equivalent to the lang lakar table of the verb. Now, the question arises, lang lakar is past tense. It is one lakar to express that one concept of past tense. But here there are two pratyayas. One is an ikta pratyaya and another is iktavat. And I am saying both of them are used to express past tense. So what is the purpose of having two pratyayas to indicate one past tense or the same past tense? And the answer to that question is precisely voice conversion or Vachya Parivartanam. The ikta and iktavat fit in perfectly into the need for converting active to passive and passive to active in the past tense. So the usage is like this: ikta and iktavat for Vachya Parivartanam in the past tense. Now that we have set this context very well, let us go straight into the details. So I am going to give you the answer here directly. Answer is that ikta pratyaya, it is used exclusively in passive voice, also called karmani prayoga. Karmani prayoga or karma vachya. And iktavat pratyaya, this fellow is used exclusively in active voice, that is kartari prayoga or kartrivachya. So active voice kartari prayoga, kartrivachya, all mean the same. Passive voice karmani prayoga, karmavachya, all mean the same. So now that we have said these things, and now that we have also gone through our Krudanta Pratyayas, we are fairly familiar with the ikta and iktavat pratyaya usages. So if you are not familiar with ikta and iktavat, or if you are not familiar with krudanta pratyayas, please go through my video about the topic. It's available in the YouTube channel. So let's jump into the examples. So this is the question in lesson 2, Buddhir Balavati Sada. We will come to that shortly after the examples. As usual, let's have 2 columns. So the example is Saha Phalani Khadita Van. As I said, active voice iktavat, passive voice ikta. So this sentence means he ate fruits. So how do we convert it to passive voice? First case becomes third case. So we'll come to third case later. So he ate fruits. Fruits were eaten by him. So fruits should become in first case, which is Phalani, because it's Phalam Phale Phalani in both Prathama and Dvitiya. So Phalani. Khadi Tani. It's important. I will come explain this shortly. Khaditani. By whom? Tena. So let's check. First case has become third case, second case has become first case, and iktavat has been converted to ikta. Yes, so far it is correct. Now what is important to note? Khaditani is because Phalani, because in passive voice the object gets more importance and the verb is dependent on the vachana of the object, and it is disconnected from the vachana of the subject or the actor, whereas here in active voice the verb is connected to the subject. It's a wonderful example at the start itself. Let's go to the next one. Aham Grantham Pathitavan. I read the book. The book Granthaha Pathitaha Maya. Here Granthaha is singular, so Pathitaha is singular. And once, or the other thing you notice here is, if Prathama Purusha, Uttama Purusha, third person, first person, there is no need to change the word endings, because in Iktavat it is Purusha neutral. It's immaterial whether you write the sentence in third person or first person. It's common, so you don't have to remember 3 types of forms for the Purusha. Let's write the next one. Vayam Gurum Pujitavantaha. This is also a very brilliant example, because here you can see the difference of how the verb is connected to the subject in active voice and how it changes in the passive voice. So this is also a very excellent example. So let's do this. Gurum should become Guruhu. Guruhu Pujitaha. See here, Pujitavantaha was in plural. Pujitavan, Pujitavantau, Pujitavantaha. It was in plural because Vayam. But here, Guru is being worshipped. Only one Guru is there. So, Pujitaha. Guruhu Pujitaha. Asmabhi. Maya avabhyam asmabhi. That is the passive voice. Pujitavantaha is because Vayam. Okay? So that is how we do voice conversion with relation to Ikta and Iktavat Pratyaya. Now let us solve Shemushi lesson 2 Buddhir Balavati Sada Vachya Parivartanam using Yukta and Yuktavat. So let me read out the question. Udaharanam anusritya kartari prathama vibhaktehe kriyayam cha Yuktavatu pratyayasya prayogam krutva Vachya Parivartanam kuruta. This means follow the example and write the subject in first case and the verb in Yuktavat pratyaya and do the voice conversion. That is what the question means. So I will write down the answers one by one here underneath. So the first one is Maya Pustakam Pathitam. So this is in passive. You have to write it in active. So how do we do that? In active, all first cases go to second case, third cases become first case, and then the verb gets rewritten. Pustakam is neuter gender, it is in first case. So in second case also it is the same. Pustakam. Maya, converting third to first case, Maya, first case of Maya is Aham. Aham Pustakam. Then when the Yukta pratyaya verb is converted to Yuktavat, Pathita Van. Ramena Bhojanam Kritam. Bhojanam is again neuter gender word. So Bhojanam again in the first case, second case also Bhojanam. Ramena, so Ramaha. Bhojanam Kritam Kritavan. Also notice here Pathitam is the gender is neuter gender. Why? Pustakam is neuter gender, whereas here Pathitavan has become masculine gender. Why? Because we have assumed Aham is masculine. Here also Bhojanam is neuter gender, so Kritam is neuter gender, whereas Ramaha is masculine. So the verb, because in active voice, verb is totally based on the actor or the subject of the sentence. So whatever gender and vachana the subject has, the verb will just copy that straight away. Let's do the next one. Sitaya lekhaha likhitaha. So lekhaha is the first case word. This we will convert to second case. Lekham. So here you can sense the difference in the word here, because this is akaranta pullinga. So lekhaha, lekham. Sitaya becomes Sita, and likhitaha becomes likhitavati. If you write likhitavan here, that will be wrong, because Sita is feminine gender, so likhitavati. So feminine gender. Let me write the fourth one here. Ashvena Trinam Bhuktam. Now Trinam means the grass was eaten by the horse. Trinam is grass, that is also neuter gender word. So converting first case to second case, it remains the same. Trinam. Ashvaha Ashvaha is masculine and singular, so Bhuktavan. Tvaya Chitram Drishtam. Chitram is also neuter gender, so it is in first case here. Here now we will convert it to second case. Chitram. tvaya, tvam. Tvaya is the third case. First case is tvam. Drishtam, drishtavan. So this is the active voice. Again here also see trinam, bhuktam, neuter gender, but ashvaha, bhuktavan, both are in masculine gender. This is to be noted. This is very important. So that is the solution to this Vachya Parivartanam question of Buddhir Balavati Sada. A quick revision. Let's note down the verb roots of these verbs used here. First one is pat, to read. Second one is kr, kar, to do. Third one is lik, to write. Fourth one is bhuj, bhunj, to eat. And fifth one is drish, pashya, to see. With that we finish this Vachya Parivartanam topic for this lesson, lesson 2, Buddhir Balavati Sada. I will see you in another video soon. Thank you.